I intend to serve as simply a reflection of that which you already know so that you may discover more understanding of yourself. Okay, so the message that came out, I pulled 5 cards because I was still kind of like overwhelmed by the last one, right? The cards that came out, I think it's going to be short. Infinite, the funeral, doom, the patriarch, dreaming, and then we have forbidden at the bottom of the deck. And as far as I can tell, this is the energy of feeling like you're stuck or you're limited or you're bound to experience like a loss, a substantial loss. This is the loss of something that you deem to be sacred that's going to have a permanent imprint on you, on your experience. Like you're going to remember this specific loss, but you feel like you don't have a say in the loss. This could be an actual, loss of life. We do have the patriarch here, so if you recently lost your dad, my condolences to you. But we're just gonna just throw that out there, and then I'm gonna just disconnect from that energy. This will be for the rest of you. Okay, so this is a loss that you feel that you are trapped in the loss of, that you have no say in it. With doom here, that kind of like doubles down on the idea. Doom is like this is unavoidable. This is much like the Morgan when I see this card. Like this is just one of those things I don't really do predictive. This is inevitable change. This is not a bad thing though. It's just stating that it is inevitable, unavoidable. It's unavoidable change, much like the death card with the death and the rebirth. The change isn't always a bad thing. And then we have the patriarch, and the patriarch is an energy of action and determination. Now, what's interesting with the patriarch, it says, nothing can tear you down. Shadows cast from others are representative of their weakness, not your strength. So it kind of comes in as a motivating energy. And then we have dreaming, which is all about illusion and inaction. And I think that that's why the patriarch is being represented here. And then we have forbidden at the bottom. And forbidden is not quite what you would think it is. It does talk about those things that are taboo, but it's more about your the desires that you have that you are actively, willfully denying. Now, it's not about the desires as it is so much understanding the why of of taking in action on something that you desire. Um, Meaning it's not, let's say that it's something taboo that you want, right? So taboo, socially unacceptable for whatever reason, right? And you are choosing to not pursue the experience of or the experimentation in because of that believed judgment on it, right? Okay, so this card is not about that. It is about understanding the why behind. Not because it's bad, but the why. What is triggered within you? What is your understanding of it? This is a really deep card. I love this, the energy behind this card because it really gives you an opportunity for self-reflection. Okay, so the way that I understand this is like you're really struggling with letting go of something. You feel like you're stuck, you have no choice in letting this thing go. The letting go of this particular thing is what is going to spawn this inevitable change. An inevitable change is not bad, it's just new. So this inevitable change, which I have a feeling that it's going to be growth, because you're being encouraged here to take action, remembering that those individuals that cast shadows on you, those are a reflection of them, not you. And with dreaming, you are in a state of current inaction or illusion because of it. And you're being encouraged to, if you are in a state of something that you want, but you are not taking action to get it, what is the reason? Okay, so this has heavy breakup vibes, which I think is really kind of interesting considering the deck that the message chose to present in. Usually this is more advanced topics. It's a little more outside my scope. It requires me to do research and all of that kind of stuff. So for it to revert right back to like normal everyday life, that's kind of cool. All right. So first card out is the Fool. All right. What about the Fool? This feels a great deal like rejection, actually, is what it feels like. It feels like rejection. It has the energy, the vibration of rejection. It actually has rejection, like with a tang and nasty, if that makes sense. Like a little bit of that could have been handled in like a more adult manner. Okay, what about the Fool? And the Page of Cups. The Two of Pentacles. You might have been being juggled, actually. You thought that you had started something new with someone. Yeah, and then Three of Swords. So, yeah, that is the energy in the world coming in at the bottom. I'm going to go ahead and take that, followed by the Eight of Cups and the Six of Swords. Holy shit. Five of Pentacles. Okay, so this is exactly exactly the energy done in a kind of more complex way. All right, so that's what happened. So it looks like maybe you had started something with someone in the hopes of developing a relationship with them, and little did you know that you were actually one of two or one of many, whatever that looks like to you. And this situation did end in heartbreak, loss, being forced essentially because you said in the beginning that you wanted to start something that had the potential to grow into some sort of relationship here. Now, this did cause a closure or an ending here with the World card. And then we have three redundant, no, I'm sorry. We have the World, right, which is closing. And then we have Eight of Cups, which is leaving, right? And then we have Six of Swords, which is also leaving. So this is like double down on the leaving. This is without a doubt a rejection reading. Okay, which left you feeling Five of Pentacles, left out, abandoned, rejected, out in the cold, could have caused some financial trouble. I don't see that anywhere here. Now, so what I wanted to bring up was the why of it. So you are saying your energy is telling me that you feel trapped, you feel bound, you feel restricted, you feel jailed in the loss of this thing, right? The letting go of it. I don't want to let it go. I want to hold on to it. I didn't want to let it go to begin with, and now it has been essentially taken from me, but you're not even acknowledging the taken part. You are stuck in the hold of it. So with forbidden, essentially this thing has now become something you cannot have. No, you cannot have it. But you want it. But you're not taking any action. And I want to talk about why. Why? Why do you want it and not take action? Is it because it is reckless to do so with Farrell? Is it dangerous to your heart, right? To go after something that you already told, no, can't have. We're going to ignore your person here for a minute because I want to focus on like you, because really your experiences are not personal. They are just experiences that you create to learn more about you. And I am sitting here as a reflection of you, created by you, co-created technically, but created by you, for you, in this now moment. Is it because it's reckless, potentially dangerous, potentially hurtful for you? Or is it because you are having a state of altered perception without a body? Like, are you pretending that it is something that it is not? Are you deluding yourself in some way like this person is going to come back and sing to you under this moon and the stars and serenade you and say, I was so wrong? altered perception. Okay. We have timelessness. Timelessness. Timelessness is a card that speaks of the incredible being that you are, all of your values, all of your ideals, the magnitude, think timeless. Timeless. What somebody had some jewelry store had a line of diamonds, I think. And I want to say their slogan was like timeless. And the woman that walked down this staircase of like everything about her was perfect in every way. Oh, and I think she even came down the staircase. And it was like to the love that was perfect. And he opened this box that was perfect. And the ring was like, it was just, it was timeless. So if you are this being, this timeless, I mean, this speaks highly to your value, right? To your intrinsic value. This is not indicative of your intrinsic value. You are asked to be, come back to a state of equilibrium here. You need to balance out. You need to return to self. Remember who you are. Remember who you are, because that's what's being highlighted here with timeless and equilibrium. And with cast out, this is about rejection, which is fine because rejection ultimately is a redirection for your protection. With repose here, you remember who you are. Like, straighten out. This is beneath you. This has gone on too long. This energy has been sitting within you with haunting too long. Too long. And unrequited is underneath. Recognizing that your feelings are not reciprocated regarding this particular thing. Okay, all right. So, other than like, let's go ahead and let's get some. I really don't feel drawn to talk about the other person or the reasons of why this happened, but since I'm bringing it up, I sense that maybe you are. Okay. All right. We're just gonna get a little bit about your person or I mean, the reason that it happened obviously is as a reflection, as a mirror back to you um, about your glory and I'm guessing boundaries. Okay, we have neglected here. Has to do with your integrity, um, who you believe yourself to be, like what you believe your value is. Yeah, look, here's daydreaming again. That's that illusion with dreaming, that inaction. We have sabotage. Now, the message under sabotage is actually messing up the good things in your life. Meaning how you relate to yourself. And then unsatisfied. I feel like some of these words are being highlighted how the relationship actually was, indicating that you might be romanticizing the events of the relationship. Yeah, chemistry, regret. Was this a short-lived? Was this less than 6 months? Is it possible you were in the honeymoon stage? Unexpected outcome. I don't think the ending, I don't think that you were really prepared for an ending like that. But I mean, If you had known that you were one of many, would you? I mean, that wouldn't surprise. And then damage. You are hurting because of this. And that's understandable. Like I said, this was considered something sacred to you. And then values. We have too many differences. And I think that is the highlight of this message. That's it. That's it. I'm going to put a tip jar. Reflection. I know. I'm just tickled when stuff like this happens. Just tickled. All right. We have mend, mistakes, confusion, new chapter, inseparable. And I think that that speaks a lot to how you are viewing it. Like, there is a part of you that is holding on so tight to this and saying, this is not what I wanted. It's not about that. It's about this was a marker for extensive change, growth. This is good for you. This ending is good for you. See the beauty within it. Ignore the person, ignore the situation, ignore the experience completely, and look at the change within yourself. Look at those changes. For this to be negatively impacting you in this way, it is a big, giant yellow highlighter saying these are areas in which you have soft spots, not like tender, but like areas where your armor has chinks in it. Right here, 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 here. One of them is self-worth, value. If you knew about the other relationships or you had an intuitive nudge about the other relationships, that's going to highlight boundaries. That's going to highlight, that is going to dishonoring soul, like not listening to intuition. Okay, so I just take a couple more and then we will close this out. I think this is complete. Yeah, self-care. You need to clear your energy field and focus on yourself before doing anything. Oh, you do have true love that came out here. Don't get excited. True love. Love that is emotional, physical, and unconditional. What love is unconditional? Yours. Of you. And then we do have children and radical acceptance. Oh my gosh, and patience and mastery. Okay, the only thing that is keeping you from mastery at this time is the denial that you have about seeing the actual truth. I think that reflecting on the events, I usually don't encourage rumination of events of a past experience unless it is in an effort to highlight areas in which you can improve your quality of life, your quality of existence through those reflections. But I think for you, it would actually be a good thing. Dig through the memory banks, like dig through the emotional pain body, like dig through those areas and kind of see like what this relationship actually was. I don't see anything to indicate that this was all rainbows and butterflies at all. The highest vibrational energy that is being distributed here is this Page of Cups. And that's like, I wonder what it would be like to have a first kiss type of energy. This is not a follow you into the depths of proverbial hell. And because I cherish you and I am devoted to your eternal well-being or something like that. Like that's like, it's tiny little love. That's like one of those sweethearts at Valentine's. You know, the ones that have like, you are hot on them. That's what that is. That's not intense, undying affection. Okay. I'm not minimizing your experience at all. I'm saying that this message coming out in this deck shows the magnitude of the soul lesson that is available to you at this time and how it is in complete discord or contrast to your actual experience. You can take this experience, which is minor in nature, if you compare it to the magnitude of the growth that comes out of it. Minor in nature, comparing to the magnitude of the return. Your return on investment here is effing glorious. That's what it is. All right. You are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. My unconditional love to you as well. And until next time, take care of yourself.